Hello student, today we are going to look at full wave rectifier using diode bridge rectifier. Now an input cycle will be applied here. This will be forward wise and the current will move through this one, and again this will be your forward wise and this will be the operation. When negative cycle will be applied, this will be the path because these two will be in forward wise. Now if you see, there are two ground in this circuit. The one ground is for the input and another ground for the output. Means in a system that can't be two ground, means if you want to observe this on an oscilloscope, you can't observe simultaneously, but at the same time you cannot observe the input as well as output because DSO requires one ground only. From here, if I tap the output with this ground, and from here if I tap and give to channel 1 from with this ground, so DSO will not accept these two ground. There must be one ground. If I try to connect and make it one, then this circuit will be invalid, means this will be your short circuit path. So this is how we will be looking: first input, then output. Now ripple efficiency means what is our aim? Our aim is to get the output. If this is your input, now what will be output? Output will be either this way or this way. Means we want the rectification for the positive half as well as the negative half. Whichever we get, we will be ready to do. We are ready to get the DC, but we are not getting the exact DC. Means this is a pulsating DC, but we wanted this one. So there is some ripple content in this. This signal is made of this signal is made of this DC signal plus AC signal. So we will calculate the AC signal. We will also calculate the AC and as well as the DC of this signal, and the real value is given by VRMS. Actually we wanted VDC for our efficiency for the load to work, but we are getting VRMS. RMS is equal to VAC square plus VDC square. Means we are getting this one. Actually we wanted this one as the output, VDC square by RL, but we are getting VRMS square by RL. So this will give you efficiency. Now theoretically it is 81.2%. Practically we are going to calculate VDC and VRMS and we are going to see that result. Now ripple factor, the AC component that is present in this waveform, the AC component which is present in this form, we wanted to find out that if we somehow find out VAC, now VAC can be calculated from here also. VAC will be root over VRMS square minus VDC square, or directly from there. So we can calculate VAC, and VAC by VDC will give you our ripple factor. Now we are going to go on the circuit. Now if you look at the circuit, this is connected in a bridge fashion. This is where I am giving the input, these two are input, and from here I am tapping the output. This is your output and this is your ground, and I am giving to your resistance, and from resistance from yellow wire and the green wire I am taking to DSO. Now you see that this diode is connected in a bridge fashion. These two are in forward wise, again reverse wise. Means if you want to see the connection, this is how current will go and come through resistance, and with this it will go to ground. This is how the connection. In negative cycle these two diode will work. In positive cycle these two diode is going to work, and negative cycle this two diode is going to work. Now if you want to see at the output, this is your output. This is how the output will look. Now if you want to see let me adjust this one, then we will see the input and output both. Now suppose we are connecting input and output simultaneously. This is your output. I have connected in channel 2. If you want to see further, now this is the output that I have connected, and this is your input. Now if you want to see, you are not going to see simultaneously see how the curve looks like. But if simultaneously means one by one, if you want to see the input and output, then let me first remove this one. First check your input. This is your input. Now on channel 1 only we are going to see the output. Now let me give the output. Now you will get the rectification. This is what we got it. Now let me zoom so that we can further study. Now let me once again connect the input and let me measure the peak voltage that we have given. Now go to measure. See, peak voltage we are getting around 9.6 volt, and the output what we must get, minus 9.6 minus 1.4, because 0.4 2 voltage drop of that diode 0.7 and 0.7. Now if I remove this one and connect this one, then if you see, this is around 8 volt that we are getting, and if you see the cycle RMS is 4.84 and the mean is 4.35, that we are going to jot it down. Now this is the voltage drop that we got because of minus, it was 9.4 minus 1.4 because of 2 voltage drop. This is the maximum value, and the cycle RMS is this one and mean is this one. Now let me calculate let me jot down this value first. It is around 4.34 and 4.85 VRMS. Now let me calculate the AC. For AC, now just go to channel 2, then here do the go to channel 1 because we are going on channel 1, and do the AC coupling. Now you go to measure, then it will measure your AC. Now if you see what is AC, this will give you the AC. The DC must be 0 around, it is 2.3, it is 2.38. Now we have jotted all this value. Let me once again make it to normal DC. So this is the output that we got. Now we are going to calculate all the value. Now if you want to see that VRMS that we have calculated 4.85 and VDC 4.34 and VAC is 2.38. If you go with the formula VDC square 4.3 square by 4.85 square, it is going to give 80.07%, which is lesser than your theoretical value. It means your ripple must be more than the calculated theoretical value. Now how ripple is calculated? The AC component by DC component. AC component, it is 2.38. Now by dividing 4.34, it is going to give you 0.5 for practical. So this is your practical value. Now we are going to see on LED, light emitting diode. That is also a diode. Now we are going to see that operation. Now if you want to see, this is the operation of diode. First time in positive cycle these two are working, and in negative cycle these two are working, and this is the load that has been connected. See, now we have set it at 1 hertz, that is why you are able to see the flickering. From here we are going to take the output, here also we are going to take the output. Now I will be zooming all these components at once. Now you can see the frequency is around 1 hertz. This is your frequency that I am talking, that is why you are going to see the flickering. And if you see, this is the output that we are going to get. Now I am going to increase the frequency. If I increase the frequency, your rate of flickering will be more. See, the rate will be more. The rate is also here, also frequency is changing. Let me once again increase the frequency, and you see the frequency has increased. Now let me change the time scale so that you can see it better. Now this is what is your output. Now let me increase that level. You won't be able to see that flickering, and your frequency has increased. Now your frequency 100 Hz. Now if you want to see the output, now this is your output. This LED is also a light emitting diode. It is a diode only, that is why it is showing. Now let me once again back to a flickering operation, that where we can see. Now see, around 10 Hz it is showing. Now let me decrease this one. If I decrease this one, you can able to see, you are able to see just flickering. And now let me adjust this one so that you can see the sign. See the output sinusoidal. Now this is all about the full wave rectifier.